more loyal to ideology than to people.
I mean, my mindset keeps changing in regards to this, but it work in principle is to be a better human being. It helps with morality and to be a productive man, but it doesn't work with securing power and with most women. It does help control men, but it does more in controlling men than liberating men. So I think Miss Taken said it. It does it's more of a brainwashing to men to control them than it actually does to liberate men.
All right. One of the other questions was, are black men scared of media that holds them accountable?
No, black men, most brothers that we come across, just push out the minority of men who don't want to grow. Most brothers like accountability. Most brothers like being logical. Most brothers like becoming a better man and being productive. They want to be the provider of their households. Like most of us who ever been in love before, if the woman actually loves and cooperates with you, you quadruple what she's doing. It's our job to outserve y'all. And it's your job just to reciprocate. But men love serving, men love being accountable, men love order. If you're looking at the nature of disorder, it's a different person that does that part. But for the most part, no. Men don't like their reputation being ruined and destroyed. When the other side of society lives in hypocrisy, whether you think talking about women, whether you talking about the LGBT community, whether you talking about politics. For the most part, men just don't like when their reputation is destroyed. When they doing the same thing that our sisters do. For instance, that sister, the snow bunny, you can sell Ussy, but you just can't buy it. You're a predator if you buy it. So if sisters support women twerking and showing their behinds and selling it, and they it's their right to do it, then how can you call a man a predator if he's buying it or when it doesn't work a sister's way? So we keep weaponizing what women do, and women set the gatekeepers for all these things that we do, because if hoes didn't exist, man can't be entertaining hoes, but then they make friends with hoes. So they're very contradicting in their behaviors. They want men to be righteous men, but when men are righteous, it's hard to find a woman. But when you become a savage, you get all the women in the world. It's very, very ironic, because the more you do for a woman, the more she treats you like a sucker. The least you do for a woman, the more she'll respect you. And I don't understand why women work that way. And I guess you would call that red pill. It's just saying the truth.
Yeah, it's tough because for every bad boy, he one time used to be a nice guy, and the whole nice guys finished last comes from somewhere. Comes from the guys who have bought flowers on the first date, the guys who have been used for free dinner dates, and then she goes back to her baby daddy. The guys who have been stepfathers, and then he finds out she's actually still sleeping with her baby daddy. For the guys who have done all the things we see in movies, the Disney fantasy, fairy tale BS, guys have done those things. And then they get wrecked. And then they're like, you know what? And then they look at the pookies, the rares, the bad boys who are being rewarded. The guys who they don't make wait for 10 months, 10 dates, you know. So guys are like, you know what? Maybe I should try to be a bad boy as well. Because clearly being a good guy doesn't take you anywhere. Oh, you finish last.
All right. Why is it called pandering when we uplift black women?
We don't It's not called pandering when we uplift black women. It's called pandering when we uplift the wrong women, when we uplift the women who aren't deserving of the respect and of a ring. Just because you put a ring on a woman's finger don't make her a wife. So there's a lot of women who come up here and make their husbands look horrible. They make their family look horrible when they come up here and the way they conduct themselves. Most of the sisters that's ever been on the PEEF panel, been on all our different panels, that know how to conduct themselves, that are respectful, whether they single or married. Most brothers respect them. It's the sisters who don't honor men, who don't honor unions, who don't honor families, and who act disorderly and combative when we speaking, that men don't support. And they will call it pandering if you try to support those men, because a lot of those men who talk bad about men is just so they can look good to women. Majority of men, just to keep it real, that talk like that, typically men who can't get women. So it's the only way a lot of those men can get validated and get attention from women. But when a man can get women, he ain't got to lie to her.
Yeah, true. Like the likes of Derek Jackson and all these other men. In fact, I think men who pander, it's not even that they can't get women. It's just that you guys know that whole saying that if you lie, women buy. So I believe men who make these videos saying, "Oh, women are queens, they should be provided for, don't hold them accountable, marry single moms and things like that." You can see that they go viral and it makes them money. So I believe they do it because they know it makes them money. They don't do it because they actually believe in it. That's why the likes of Derek Jackson were out here pandering to women, and he still does it to this day. Even after he was exposed for cheating on his wife with multiple women, he still does it this day. He still gets millions of views, and he still makes money. Women still follow him to this day, even if they found out he was lying. So in other words, if you want to make money, you're gonna have to lie to women. They will support you.
Is the gender war holding the black community back?
It's yeah. So there is an agenda war. Black men are trying to cooperate with this. Women, most women are trying to compete with their men. And then when the men call out the numbers, for instance, we out earn our BLK women. Women will go, why are you comparing yourself to women? Y'all started this. You're trying to outcompete the men when the men are trying to cooperate with the sisters. So there's not a gender war, because honestly, in the next 30, 40 years, I think it's going to be the point of no return, because it's too much destruction that's been done. A lot of our women have been compromised, and the woman is the core. The woman is the love. The woman is what everybody's supposed to be living for. And when the sisters are living for themselves, it compromises the men and the women, no matter how much the brothers want to be leaders, and no matter how much men love women. It seems like, again, it's more weaponized against the man when he loves a woman than when he doesn't give a damn about her. She'll be the throat goat. She'll twerk for you. She'll put it on you. But as soon as you start loving her, and as soon as you start caring about her, that's when the games begin, and obstacle course starts, to the point that you end up at the end of the relationship.
Does money equal leadership in relationships?
No, not at all. Matter of fact, so brothers stop being suckers, and there's a lot of brothers keep telling brothers to make sure you do 100% before you get with a woman, and tell women that silly garbage as well too. If a sister doesn't financially invest with you at your bottom when you're starting to build, if she's not pouring into her family, she's not pouring to you and her kids, you don't give her a dime at all. But if she invests with you and she builds with you and she helps you get to a position where you can take care of the family, be the sole provider, she has every right to get your loyalty. But if she ain't done nothing at all to invest in the man at all, to build a man, she has no right to tell that man what he's supposed to be doing. And she has no right to ask for a dollar, because most women don't bring nothing to the table.
Facts. Oh my God, Ali is cooking, and you can see they are dying to speak. Look at this one, she's dying to speak. Look at this one, she's laughing in her palm because she's dying. She can't believe a man is saying something factual. But I totally agree with him on that point. Like, because as men, isn't it funny how men are taught that they're supposed to be providers and protectors? Like, for every woman who says men are supposed to be providers and protectors, most of them don't say what women are supposed to do in return. On the other side of the coin, they have the saying, a real man provides, a real man protects, but they never complete the sentence of what a real woman does. They speak about what a real man can do or should do, but they never talk about what a real woman does. They just say, I'm the table, I'm the prize, do this, do ABCD for me. In fact, I believe all men want to provide and protect, but men are just starting to ask the question, why should I? What do I gain in return? But as soon as men ask that question, most women get pissed off. It's like, how dare you ask what you get in return? How dare you ask for reciprocation? How dare you ask, what I should give you before you invest in me? Just invest in me for the sake of it. And men are saying, no, I just want to know that before I invest in you, it's worthy. It's worth it. Like, you're worthy of my investment. And women don't like the fact that men are asking that question.
I don't know who bro is, but he cooking.
He cooking for sure.
Go ahead, Cookie.
Ali, where you been? To a monk?
I'm still out here. We still grinding. We got shows
I'm
on
just
Thursdays.
saying, like,
we got
you
shows
grew a
on
beard
Sundays.
and became
I
God.
always had a beard. When did I not have a beard? I always had
It
a
was
beard.
just a little like light skin, close shave beard though. Come on.
Oh, my woman asked me to grow my beard.
Hey, I knew it. I
Yeah,
knew
my
it.
woman asked me. She told me to grow it. She said grow it some more. So I do.
Yes,
We do listen to women when they deserve to be listened to.
That's what happened. My sister knows who you are, right? And I was like, man, Ali, he got so much potential.
I
And
said
you
he
sound
got a
so
woman.
different.
He got a woman he loving on somewhere.
Oh yeah, we love women. It's our nature.
As you should, and we love y'all once again, because that's where my first standpoint was. I came on here to tell y'all, no matter what y'all do, what y'all say, I love y'all anyway. So whatever, throw your temper tantrum.
You might love
But
us. You might love us, but collective of women don't even stay loyal to one man. Y'all use dating to be disloyal. You use it as a way to not stay
Well,
with a man. So y'all don't love. Most women don't love us. You don't even love your kids. To be
Hey, one of
honest,
y'all got to lower y'all speaker.
that's crazy because
even
I
if
don't know where y'all meet these people at. Like I sit here and listen to Cookie on these panels week after week, and y'all talk about these black women that don't love their families, don't love their kids, don't respect their man. Like I really want to know where y'all are from and where y'all live because around my way, we Southern Belles over here. We like, we gonna make your plate for you. We gonna rub your shoulders when you get. I'll take your boots off, baby. You feel what I'm
So
saying?
then,
Like.
I hate when women do that. Like it's so disingenuous, right? Every black woman you talk to claims, I don't want to say every, but most black women you talk to, they claim her and her friends respect men, they submit to men, they do what men tell them, they love their kids, they love their baby daddies, they want marriage. For some reason, themselves and the friends are the minority and they don't know. They act so, like out of touch with reality. They act like the women men talk about don't exist. It's like go to the shade room and look through. For example, if you guys know DDG, his baby mama just took him to child support, to family court so that he cannot see his son. That's an example right there. Go to the comment section and see how women are agreeing with the baby mama to take the kid away from the father. If you're asking, oh, where are those women? I hate when women act like women are not out here putting men through the ringers. Men are in family courts trying to fight to see their own kids. Go to family court right now. Go to child support court right now. You will see how men are trying to fight for custody, but they can't get the custody. Stop acting like women are not out here doing those things and acting because you and your 2.5 friends don't do those things that it doesn't exist.
how
You got
come
brothers?
you guys are not married? How come
You
you guys
got
are not
brothers?
married then?
You got brothers?
Because I got with people that I was investing with while they were broke and they fucked over me, like I told y'all earlier. But y'all thought I was being aggressive to y'all.
How they do you
So
wrong?
after 4 relationships and 23 years of investing in a broke nigga, that's why we came to the conclusion we came to earlier.
So she's claiming she stayed with a man for 23 years and she's claiming he's a broke nigga. Just by that statement alone, she just proved Ali's point about what he was talking about. So you're telling me he was broke in year 1, year 2, and 2 decades later, 23 years later, you're calling him a broke nigga? Why didn't you realize he was broke in the first year and you didn't want to deal with a broke nigga? Oh, let me guess. It's after every end of relationship that he's a broke, he was dusty, he's a deadbeat. So it took you 20 years to realize he was a broke nigga. Damn.
So, I have been the one that invested in the mud from the mud. I was loyal to the soil. I didn't take the bait from people that I knew were verified millionaires and BB billionaires to stay loyal to my man. And in the ending, he decided that he wanted to get fly with the situation when whatever, I don't know, because it felt like really was resentment the whole time. Like he resented me for being able to do things for him he couldn't do for himself. And wanted to try to play me like I was trying to manipulate him with my money when I was just trying to invest in his dreams because that's our dream and it's supposed to be for our family. But he didn't see it that way. As a matter of fact, 3 of them didn't see it that way. The 4th one, we had a different situation happen. But regardless of that, I really put my stake in and I tried to do the textbook down ass B-word thing, be a wife, be a woman to somebody that had not given me a ring, had not committed to me, and understanding that these were men that were in their early 20s, you know what I'm saying, even early 30s. So I'm taking the young man's stupidity to that account. I'm not closed off to anything, but I'm just saying from my perspective of it, I've done that. So, and most of the women that I know are down to do that and have done that. So I want to know where y'all getting these women that aren't willing to put into their own family.
I got a question.
You are that kind of woman because you just said literally you are abusing the man you stayed with for 23 years. He was good enough to stay with 23 years. But now you're saying after 23 years he's a broke and dusty nigger? You're the kind of woman we are talking about.
for you.
Straight like that.
What could you have
You
done
could
better?
tame dinosaurs, you could tame Z. Won't you go and put your beard in, big brother? Right on.
Nah, I'm good, brother. I'm good. I told you right already, brother. I said you good. You right. Like I'm good. I was wrong, brother.
See, I got a question. So what could you have done better in your past relationships?
You think me?
Yeah, what could you have done better?
I think use my discernment and understand that people are in the situation they're in their life because of themselves. And I'm not the most high and I'm not great enough to sway anybody's path. They have to want to do that themselves. And also I should have taken some of my time back and left sooner when I felt like this was a dead end. So not wasting my time, choosing somebody that had a little bit more foundation and establishment where I knew they had some skin in the game and that they would care for my stuff as it was theirs and have some semblance of responsibility and accountability to themselves. And just the want to actually accomplish the goals that they say that they want to accomplish. Because again, we were talking about earlier how people get caught up in the ideology of it, but manifestation is physical. You have to have the skills and the aptitude to make your dreams come true. So I didn't take those things into account as well. So when you're trying to invest in somebody to do something, you need to be able to make sure that they're able to do it first. But then secondly, understand the type of person they are, their mentality, and where they're trying to go, because their goal line may not be yours. And we need to make sure we have the same one if we're going to be in a relationship together.
So what I
Wait,
hear,
can
I
I
want to
follow
repeat back
up
what I
on?
heard.
Oh, sorry.
I want to repeat back what I heard so I make sure I heard you correctly. So what I've gathered is if you felt like you just were a bit wiser, or maybe took your time a little bit more when choosing those men, that would have yielded better results if you just would have chosen better men, and if that's what you're saying.
Yeah, absolutely. That's what I'm saying. I didn't use my discernment. That's why I keep coming back to this word, because that's something that in my life, I know that I have not utilized. Philanthropy and love shouldn't be in the same relationship. I should have a loving relationship with a man that will provide for me what I want him to provide for me, and I provide for him what he wants me to provide for him, and then take care of people that can't take care of themselves in the foundation.
Gotcha.
I tried to combine philanthropy and love. Like, oh, I don't care that he doesn't have money. I don't care where he's from. I have plenty of resources. I have plenty finances. I can do this for both of us until he gets up to speed and wants to run and can run along with me till we can be equally yoked. But that's not how the yoking works, because again, he was financially in the position he was in because of his mentality and the way he thought. But that's not something that I took account of. So I'm trying to move a mountain when that's not an ability that I have. And I drained a lot into trying to make changes where changes have to come from within. So again, just thinking that I had more power of persuasion and ability than I had over somebody else in the course of their life.
Okay, because
So she said a lot, right? Because the brother was asking her what she could have done better in the relationship. And we've seen so many of these things happening in these situations where a man and woman break up, but the woman only tells her side of the story, because men usually don't come up to say what went wrong. But she'd always painted like as if the man was the only wrong person in the relationship and she was perfect. Because I think that's what he was trying to ask. But all she did was she could have chosen better. Clearly was something good about that man because you stayed with him for 23 years. But if you cannot even say what you did wrong or what you could have done better in terms of the whole relationship, nothing that is just about you, that tells me you're a red flag.
all right. So because I think that you're taking accountability for the people who you've chosen to lay down with, right? But my question is more so specific to you outside of the other person. What is some things that you could have done better while dealing with those people?
Exactly. That's a good
So
question.
if you're like hinting that what did I do to them to make them not want to be with me and marry me, I left them. They did want to be with me, but I was tired of waiting for them to catch up. So that's the first.
No, he's asking throughout the relationship. There's some things he did good, there's some things he did bad. There's some things you did good, there's some things you did bad. He's asking what was some of your weaknesses in the relationship. But again, she's avoiding the question because to her, she's a perfect woman.
First thing. So going back to your question, and that I think I've answered, but I could say this then, I would hold back more money and do savings for myself. So I'm not coming out of the relationship like the man, leaving him with everything we built together and starting over. I would have taken advice from my loved ones. I would have listened to my sisters when they told me that that motherfucker ain't shit and he don't mean you nothing. If he's not motivated to go out there and get it for you and y'all's family, you can't go get it for him. I would have listened to that and saved myself a lot of time and money and effort. And reputation in the street, because when you have well-respected connections and you out here with this lose ass and you keep asking them for favors for him, that messes with your relationships. My favors are for me, not for somebody else. So I wouldn't have done that. I wouldn't have put myself out there with my relationships enough for more for these other people. Do you want me to keep going on what I would not have done for this man, or do we just want to do you get your point?
Yeah, no,
Yeah, she needs therapy, because for every relationship, no one is perfect. But she can't even mention one thing, just one thing. Maybe I used to curse him out, or maybe I used to talk down on him, or maybe I didn't communicate very well, or maybe I don't know, whatever you used to do, that's something he didn't like. But she has made sure she make herself look like the victim, make herself look like the perfect one in the relationship, and he was wrong the entire relationship. So if he was so wrong, how come you managed to stay for 23 years?
I guess
Because I was waiting on people hand and foot this fool in the living room playing video games. I'm in the back doing his homework. He called me from the back to go get him something to drink out the kitchen. He's sitting right next to, and I do it. So obedient, submissive, putting in all of that at the same time. Plus, I'm beautiful. I'm fine as my body is real. I'm clean as hell. My body count is low. I'm like A1 to the day one. Okay. Resentment is real. Niggas get jealous because y'all want to be the provider. And when the woman is doing something for you, you can't do for yourself. It's a problem. And you want to pick a fight. You're always mad. And that's just what it is. Gotcha. I think I know everything. So I think I'm this. I think I'm that.
I'm just trying to learn you. That's all. So that's why I'm asking these questions. I'm trying to learn you. It's very possible.
I get it. Because I got berated. The better. It's funny because it's what, I'm sorry, somebody said that earlier. It's like the better you treat them, the more they treat you like a sucker. I lived through that 3 times.
It's very possible that you were the perfect woman for all 4 of those men, right? Very possible. I'm just asking questions to try and gauge it. So, for example,
no, absolutely. We're talking. I'm answering them. I'm just giving you my perspective on it. Like I was literally the sucker.
Yeah. For example, when you were with those men, you said you were waiting on them hand and foot and stuff like that. When it comes to if you were with that man and did you obey those men? Like if they told you to do something, like, hey, let's say they told you to be quiet, would you have?
Yeah. But what I'm saying is you did.
There is no way this woman, no one can convince me that this woman can obey a man when the man tells her to shut up. The man tells her to be quiet. There is no way.
Did you not hear me where I was completing somebody else's degree plan homework while he's playing video games, and he called me from the back room doing homework to get him water, and I did it? Is that not obeying somebody?
Oh, okay, hold on. What was good about him?
Well, what I saw that they could be. Somebody that was ambitious and well respected amongst their peers. Athletically inclined, somebody I felt like I could mate with that would be a thoroughbred. They were smart, they were intelligent. But they just pretty much didn't come from the same place I came from. I grew up across the lake from the president. You know what I'm saying? We were very, very well connected and respected people. So in understanding that they were from places that didn't have the same textbooks as me and didn't have the same kinds of upbringing and grow up in the same environments, I had to understand that. Oh,
did you guys catch what just happened? He asked the woman, Ali asked this woman, tell me one good thing that was good about your man. She said ambitious, and she went on to say things good about herself. So for me, she's very entitled. She's very self-centered. All she knows is herself. She's perfect. She's a queen. She just called herself a 10 not too long ago. That she has a beautiful body. That she has ABCD. She has all the money. Like, yeah, no.
Okay, well, these things he doesn't understand now, but maybe he can grow into it through life experience, because we all have to get older, grow and go through life. So maybe I can show him some of these things through being with me and him having to by default be in these places and spaces.
Yeah, but
So it was
you said-
always something that I felt like was
you said
what could be built upon.
Right. You say what a lot of women say. It's a lot of men you get with a man you want to change, and you're hoping that he becomes what you want him to be. You said I saw what they could be. So you like what you saw. So how is that how does the man, if the man was already problematic, because I don't know the whole story. All I know is what how you saying how bad they are, but it seems like you already knew how bad they were. Like you're talking about how bad all these men are. And then when I asked you,
Ali, did you understand I was answering the question of what I would have done differently?
Let me land it.
What the problem was?
Let me land it real quick. It's like me trying to turn a blatant 304 into a housewife. I see it so to what she can be. She look good. She thick. She's smart.
I don't even know who that is.
Can I finish?
Yeah, I understand, but I just don't know who you're referencing.
If I came on a panel and told the brothers, man, I saw the sister boy. She was thick. She was fine. She had all the right aesthetics. She was smart. She's manipulative. If she's extremely smart, I know she's probably manipulative. But then you you saw what the person could be, and I tell the brothers, man, I think she could be a wife. Like she is a 304 right now. She's not the cooperative woman, but I think she could be a wife. You just said that these guys were athletic. They had a certain thing that you liked about them. You saw what they could be. But then when you talk to us about them, you say all these guys were horrible. So you knew they was horrible.
I didn't say they were horrible. I said that they didn't work well with.
No, you said they were horrible. You said the worst things about those guys. When he asked you to say something good about them, you just said ambitious, and you went on to talk about how good you were to them and what you did for them and where you come from and how beautiful you are. All you did when this man was asking you what you did wrong, you painted it like you were the perfect person, you were the victim, and they were the bad guys. All the 4 guys you dated were bad guys, and you're the perfect girlfriend. That's all you did.
With me, and I got tired of it.
You said they were losers. You called all of them losers.
I never said the word loser.
You did say loser.
But I mean, you can. I guess you can sum it up to that.
Okay.
I can agree with that, but I never said that. But
what I'm saying is that if you met them, then they weren't good men. We don't tell. We don't.
Well, like I said, the problem was I didn't use my discernment and take into account that their condition in their life was because of their mentality.
Yeah, but why did it take you 23 years to realize they're not good men? And now you're on the internet saying how horrible they were.
That's what I would have done differently. I would have surveyed them and looked at, why are they living the way they're living? Why are they broke? Why are they still having these conditions in their lives? That's what I did not do. That was the mistake, baby. And that's why I'm not married to any of them, because I'm not going to just get married just because.
You look, how many times did it? So if I date a 304, I'll figure it out by the first time, right? How long would it take somebody to meet somebody who?
Well, they come in different shapes and forms. Maybe you didn't know she was a hoe before.
No,
you didn't meet her doing hoe shit.
If you say they was intelligent, that would mean you were intelligent to identify that they were intelligent, right? So how didn't you have discernment if you said they were intelligent? You have to be able to identify that you had to be intelligent.
I said I did not, Ali. They asked me what I would have changed in these relationships, what I would have done differently. I did not use my discernment, baby.
And you see what you're doing with me right now? And you told the brother right here, you were probably cooperative, you were probably loyal, you probably submissive, but you talking over
you trying to put yourself on the level to the man that's
no, I'm not, man.
Ma'am, between my booty cheeks that night, honey. You are way far away from that.
Are you high value woman?
I'm told I am.
Are you?
I believe I am, yes.
So do high value women interrupt men while they talking?
That depends.
On what? When you want to, right?
What the path is you're taking, sweetheart. You were talking to me about something that was irrelevant to the conversation. It's turn around, don't drown.
No. It was relevant to the conversation. You just don't like the fact that he was putting you in the corner, asking you questions you have no answers to. How are you going to claim that you realize these guys were ancient, dusty, broke losers after 23 years? That means you are not intelligent yourself. If you could not tell from one guy, but you did it 4 times, you dated 4 different men, and you couldn't realize after the second guy on how to pick men.
Ma'am,
you were talking to me about how I didn't use my discernment when that's exactly what I was talking about and telling you. We're agreeing. So you're beating a dead horse. I'm wondering where your message is.
I'm not
That's all
beating
I'm
up.
saying. You might have been wasting your energy. We might be saving some time.
The more you talk, the more you telling people what happened with those 4 relationships is what I'm telling you. The more you continue to go, you
I
telling
was
everybody
asked
what happened with the 4
questions. I was
relationships. I'm just telling
answering.
you.
What's your name, baby? Real dope daddy.
No, you
He
have
asked me
intelligent men.
specific
No, ma'am,
questions.
ma'am, listen. The intelligent brothers listen to what you not saying to see what kind of woman you are. And everything you, when you say you high value, you are A1 grade woman. You're not demonstrating that right now on the panel, sister. But what the way you conduct yourself.
Okay, well, your opinion means little to me, Ali.
Well,
I
ask
have to
them.
tell you that. I don't
Ask them
care
then.
what you
Ask
think.
the brothers if that's A1 quality of a woman.
I don't care what any of them think. Y'all don't
And
know
that's another.
me.
That's another. You say you don't care. So that's another red
And
flag.
wholeheartedly right now from the bottom of my soul,
You don't care.
I don't give a fig Newton feel fuck, my brother. I don't.
And that's what you felt about those
You don't
guys
know
when,
me.
when they
And
did
you're
you
trying to tell me about my
when
life and doom me to hell because of 15 seconds of an interaction?
Yes, yes.
But that's the use of these panels, so people can share their stories, their mindsets, and what they think, their opinions, so that people can find a middle ground. So if you don't care, you wouldn't be on a panel. Like, you want men to speak up, because when men had these panels by themselves, you said they should invite women, or women should be on the table to listen to men. You said, oh, men only speak about themselves. They don't want to open up. Now, when men open up, you scream you don't care. Like, men are literally telling you, you know, you're loud, you're aggressive, and then you're like, oh, I don't care. And then you complain about how men ain't shit, how you don't know how to pick men, how men used you, how you were picking losers. But the gentleman is really trying to help you, show you where you might have gone wrong. But like I told you guys, to her, she thinks she's perfect. That's why she doesn't care to listen to what a man's perspective is.
This is smart man.
And to that, I'll tell you to suck my unladylike then.
Oh my God.
There you go, baby. No, there you
Yeah,
go.
slop on my knob, like corn on the cob. Check and with me, and do your job.
This is what happens.
You know what I'm saying?
This woman is
Get
ghetto.
it slobbing. Get your neck loose because you chicken necking right now.
That's A1. That's A1.
Yeah.
Z, what I,
Yo,
To the
she's ghetto.
motherfuckers who deserve it.
Z,
Disrespect me and you get disrespected. Again,
He didn't disrespect you. He was simply having a conversation with you, but you're triggered and your true colors are coming out. So that tells me all the boyfriends that you're complaining about, that they ain't shit, that they were broken, dusty, they were losers, that tells me that's who you were in real life. That means you were not easy to deal with.
stand on that hill. And I'm going to down that motherfucker too with my hollow points in my 9.
Z,
I rest the case, Your Honor.
I was going to
Say
ask you
less.
earlier. I was going to ask you earlier, Z, like the vibrato that you speak with on this panel. What did you ever talk to your men that way?
Yeah.
Right?
She about to say no. She want to say no. She can't say no no more. Because you got her the first time when she was like, yes,
we
I
already
do.
know.
No, I didn't dodge
Why we do
nothing.
it? We go to hedges all
I have,
day.
look, I'm going to be
You know
Zion
what it
and
is.
TD Jackson
And that's why you-
152% of the time, 365 days of the year. I speak in the cadence when I'm trying to make you understand something. I am a coach. Listen to me, follow along with my words. That's going to happen. It's going to
coach.
articulate and you will understand. Now,
Who
how
is the
you feel me
coach?
is on you. But you will feel me and you will hear me and you will understand.
Aggressive.
So understand that. And I don't care about it. Again,
That's the strong, independent black woman right there, aggressive and ooh, oh my God. Like, who wants to deal with this? I don't know how her boyfriends dealt with it. Though, to be fair, some of you guys, this is your kind of woman. Some of you guys like toxicity. Some of you guys like strong, aggressive kind of women. So I'll play devil's advocate for her. It may not be her fault. It may be the fault of the guy she has dealt with. Because if she has dealt with 4 guys and this is how she is, that tells me those guys were being okay with it. They put up with it, and she thinks that's the way to talk to men.
like I said, I got tired. All 3 of them niggas want me back after they done continued to build the fucking empires that I started for them. So in the ending, it wasn't all that bad. Just because I get a little sassy when I'm upset, just like everybody else, don't mean that I'm not worthy of love. And if that's the only thing that was wrong, if I'm breaking bread and giving you great pussy and head, then you, nigga, straight to hell.
Damn.
Listen, I'm not here to
Straight to
ber-
fucking hell.
I'm not here to berate you.
With gasoline goddamn drawers on. And you can tongue kiss the
Hey,
devil.
real, let her go. Real,
Z,
let her cook. Let her cook.
I don't want to kick you while you down. I'm not here to berate you or nothing
I'm
like
not
that.
down. Who's down?
Listen, like I do. I see what, obviously I
They
see what
really
he's
think
talking
I'm
about.
bothered. Like
I
the
want you
fact
to.
that y'all can't bother me, I
The
think
reason that
bothers y'all. That's
the
what it
reason that
really is. Y'all want me to be
Z,
upset
Z,
so
we got you.
motherfucking
We gonna have
bad. I'm
we gonna have a
telling the truth.
conversation.
Y'all talk about red pilling the truth. The truth is,
We
I
gonna have
was
a
a down
conversation.
ass to nothing ass niggas, and that was my fault. I said that. What are we discussing? What y'all want me to say? What y'all want me to do? Cry a river? Because again, like I said, I still love y'all regardless. I'm not holding all black men accountable for what 3 motherfuckers did, and that's the real message here that y'all are fucking missing. And
No, the message here is if you can talk to strangers, maybe they're not strangers to you, but to people on the panel, to men on the panel that haven't done nothing wrong to you, the way you're talking to them, that lets other black men know how you talk to men in their relationships. If you can talk to people on the panel like this, with this kind of energy, aggression, and encouraging the stereotype of an angry black woman, that lets men know what kind of woman you are in a relationship. Because some guys wouldn't mind an aggressive woman like her if it's indoors, but out in the public, some guys are not going to do that. In other words, some guys will be willing for their women to disrespect them, even spunk them in the house, because some guys go through that. But some women are smart enough to know not to disrespect their husbands or their boyfriends in the public. They will beat him up and do everything to him in the house when no one is watching. But in the public, they'll try to be nice. But for her, she's like, I'm going to be aggressive and be mean and say whatever I want to say. I don't care. Which shows to you that if you're, trying to be in a relationship with her, you better watch out.
that's what y'all don't want to fucking hear, because I'm saying fucking, and now I'm chicken necking because I got a damn attitude. After y'all done tried me several motherfucking times here, I'm taking accountability. The thing that you say women can't fucking do, I stand on my hill and I die on that motherfucker too.
Z,
I stand on my word.
So it was
10 toes motherfucking down. And it is what it is.
Z,
And
I
it
got
is
you.
what it's gonna be. And my man is gonna get me like when I'm like this, baby, you ain't gotta come at me like that. Okay, because at the end of the day, I know I fucking don't. But I do get excited because I'm a human being and I have emotions, and they gonna come out the way they come out when they come in the out. Now, how much I respect you depends on how far else I'm gonna continue to go. And since I have zero to little respect for any of these motherfuckers on this panel, then it's gonna go long. Since y'all want to go long and sneak this and want to tell a what you think is gonna happen in her motherfucking life. Who are you, the goddamn God? I ain't motherfucking God. You can't tell me shit about my life, bro. You run nothing over here. You run nothing but your crusty ass, bearded ass fucking mouth, nigga. Go eat your woman pussy and holler at me later, dog.
Wow. Yo, do any of you guys hate when women call men bro? Like, I don't think I've had a woman call me bro, but I hate when women call other men bro. Like, it's one of the most masculine things a woman can do. Yo, she's going off. She's crashing out. And all for what? For a simple conversation? For a man saying, hey, listen, maybe you are not good enough to your boyfriends. Or maybe you don't know how to choose men. Or maybe you're not as perfect as you think. And she's calling him out of his name. Like, what is the future husband supposed to do about this? Is the future... So tell me this. Riddle me this. Because right now, I'm assuming the way she's talking, she seems single. Is the man of her dreams... If he watched this interaction, would he be like, oh my God, that's my wife. I can't wait to marry that kind of woman? Like, would any man in his right senses say that? Seeing her embarrassing herself like that. And obviously the sisterhood is just quiet and enjoying the show. See, they're just smiling because they can't check her. They can't hold her accountable.
That can't be right.
It's cool. It's cool. Like,
yeah,
cool
get disrespect. That's disrespect. That's soft. That's me coming off. That's me fucking popping off now. This is me upset now.
You want everybody.
That's what I'm saying. I got like 4 or 5 of them that love me, and that's what I'm saying. Like, putting all in the pot, competing for me. Like, what the you talking about? Like, I'm single because I want to be. Goddamn it. I
got
choose
options.
when I get married.
You
I
think about
choose
choice.
when
No,
I
you
sell a
don't.
goddamn cow, motherfucker. How about
No, you don't. You don't choose when you get married. Because you are not God to be like, okay, that's my husband. He's gotta like you back. He's gotta be willing to deal with your attitude and your aggression for the rest of his life. There is no husband store that you just walk in and pick a husband from the shelf. Because some of them they say I'm single by choice. No, you're single because no man wants to deal with you, if we're gonna be honest. It's just like a man saying, I can get all the bodies, I just don't want to. I can get the most beautiful woman, I just don't want to. No, nigga, you can't get the most beautiful woman. Because no beautiful woman wants you. Let's be honest.
that? My life don't revolve around no goddamn man. That's the problem. That's your goddamn problems. That's the problem. Titty baby ass going in your mama purse ass. I bet you can go in your mama purse right now.
Hey, if you single,
Go get this in my purse, baby.
Why you so
Yeah.
mad?
Z, we got you. Listen, everybody on this panel can be better.
Who
right?
wants to deal
When
with
I'm
this?
talking and asking you questions, this is for self-reflection. This is for you to dive deep inside of yourself. And
I've been reflecting. That's what I'm saying. This nigga came late to the party. I was answering you in sincerity in front of I don't know how many motherfucking people. And this tried me like he was gonna preach to me on some shit that I had already copped to, and that's what it really was. He wasn't on topic. He wanted to try to bash it, and he fucking can't. And the fact that you want to try to fucking bash me is the insane part about it, my nigga, because you don't know shit about me. You don't know shit about where I come from. You don't know shit about what I got or what I got going on. But I promise you this: every room that I'm motherfucking in got a nigga that you want to be or want to know inside of it. I promise you fucking that.
Which tells me this woman right here who was just clapping and enjoying the show, that means they're two of the same. It's the same character. It's the same attitude. It's the same mentality. And obviously the women run away because I think one thing they know, it's embarrassing, but they agree with how she's acting. All the men are speaking quietly because if you change this, if you switch this and it's the men being aggressive, do you know how they'll be like, oh, aggressive men who attack women, who are not being nice to black women, they don't protect black women, they're being aggressive towards black women. But for her, other women are going to be like, go queen, show them who you are, show them who the boss is, show them your boss bitch, show them you're independent with this aggression. It's embarrassing.
And I'm dropping my goddamn mic on that shit. So what you think about me? What you think about me? And what you think about me? Who's next?
listen,
Who the is next?
it's not a.
I give less than a Fig Newton Field. And if I was right here,
She's
I'd whip my
loud.
goddamn I'd slap you in your goddamn mouth with it.
Ooh. She said she was slapping man in his mouth. Yo. Oh my God. Guys, we are cooked. And you know, some of you guys are watching me, but some of you guys, this is the woman you lay next to every single night. Yes, you watching me. This is the woman you lay next to every single night. So if we're going to be honest, some of you guys love this toxic shit. Let's be honest right now. I'm going to hold you guys accountable. Some of you guys are the reason this woman can be this confident coming at men like this. Because some of you guys laid down to these women and they feel and they believe it's okay to talk to men like this. Some of you guys, yes, you.
I'm so goddamn manly. You're goddamn right. And I bet my is longer and stronger than yours.
Oh my God. Did you hear what she just said? That her dick is bigger and stronger than a man's dick. Oh my God.
Your bitch and make her come without her having to play with her goddamn pussy. I bet you that shit.
I'm light skinned, right?
I can get worse. I can go longer. I'm a rapper here. It comes off the dome here. I freestyle for real, my nigga. There's nothing you can say to me to make me hurt because I'm beautiful, I'm fire as fuck, I'm lit as fuck, I'm intelligent as fuck, and I don't give a fuck about you. The only people that can get to me are people that I give a fuck about, and I don't give a fuck about you, or you, motherfucker.
Z.
So you can keep trying. All you
See how the
want
sisterhood
to.
likes it? See how this one is celebrating the behavior?
Ignore me. What are
See?
you talking about?
No,
Hey,
no, no.
brother, family, what you doing, family?
Because we were having a civilized conversation before you tried to want to try to preach Ali, not God,
Hold on, Ali.
not fucking God. And all you need to quit trying to tell a bitch about their life. Ain't now one of you motherfuckers God. Understand that. Ain't now one of you motherfuckers my most high. You can't tell me shit about how my life is gonna turn out. And the fact that you can bring that out your musty ass.
See how this one is enjoying it?
Damn proud. That's why I got on these motherfucking panels talking shit to women, talking shit about women, and got your little crusty
When I was saying, I wasn't saying like
because she can't really express her motherfucking self to you in her entirety, in her full motherfucking truth, because you can't take it with your titty baby ass. I don't give a good, I don't give a goddamn about it. I don't give a fuck. But y'all will stop telling a motherfucker what is gonna happen in their goddamn life.
All right, man. There's 8 more minutes. I'm guessing 8 more minutes of her ranting and going off. All because men were asking, what did you do wrong in your relationship? What could you have done better? That's all the brothers were asking. That's all. It's about having conversations, trying to see what we can do better as men and women to bridge the gap. But like I said, some of you guys like this toxic shit, because I can guarantee you, she said she has dated 4 guys who are broke, who are dusty and losers. If those guys didn't let her believe it's okay to speak to men like this, she wouldn't be speaking to men like this. I can guarantee you that for sure. Now, maybe eventually they got tired of her speaking the way she speaks and then they let her go. But, you know, the only reason she's talking like this is because there have been a couple guys she talked to like this and they told her it's okay, or they said nothing about it. And always, like I tell you, the sisterhood, they have women in their corner who are okay with it. Because for her, she sees this as independence, as strength, as confidence. Can never hold her accountable. But that's the dating right here. One of you guys is going to marry this woman. So as for that, I'll say good luck. So shout out to Lapif, link down below.